हेलो एस्पिरेंट्स। आज हम लोग कोल इंडिया का एमटी फाइनेंस का पेपर का डोमेन क्वेश्चंस देखेंगे। इस वीडियो में हम लोग क्वेश्चंस को देखेंगे और उसका आंसर को ही सिर्फ पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि डिटेलिंग वीडियो बनाने पर ये वीडियो बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा। ठीक है, तो चलिए हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, द लॉस ऑफ प्रॉफिट पॉलिसी नॉर्मली कवर्स द फॉलोइंग आइटम्स: a loss of profit, standing charges, any increased cost of working machine uses in manufacturing process। तो इसका राइट आंसर हो जाएगा बी, ए बी सी। Dash of the Companies Act 2013 deals with the powers and duties of auditors and auditing standards। 143। AS6 depreciation accounting has been withdrawn with effect from 1/4/2016 after issuance of revised AS10 on property, plant and equipment। According to Section 2, Subsection 1, an agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more parties thereto, but not at the option of other or others, is a voidable contract। Provision of Section 139(3) Section 139 subsection 3 of Income Tax Act 1961 is relating to return of loss। With respect of AS11, the effect of changes in foreign exchange rates, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standards deal with restatement of an enterprise's financial statement from its reporting currency into another currency for the convenience of users accustomed to that currency or for similar purposes। With respect to self-balancing ledgers, which of the following statement is incorrect? In self-balancing system, always four ledgers, namely debtors ledger, creditor ledger, suspense ledger and main ledger containing redeeming accounts are prepared। Which of the following incomes is not an exempted income? Medical allowance received by an government employees। Which of the following statement is correct? Hindu undivided family can have a status of resident but not ordinary resident। The main objective of cost accounting is accumulation and ascertain of cost। According to the decision given in the case of Garner vs. Moody, solvent partners have to bear the loss due to insolvency of a partner and have to categorize put that the normal loss on realization of asset to be borne by all partners, including insolvent partners, in the dash, but a loss due to insolvency of a partner has to be borne by the solvent partners in the dash। Profit sharing ratio, capital ratio। Which of the following is regarded factory manufacturing production overhead? Cost of primary packing। With respect to standard costing, which of the following statement is incorrect? Material price variance equal to standard cost of standard quantity minus actual cost। With respect to job costing, which one of the following statement is correct? A job costing method is suitable in inflationary condition। It is the duty of the company to inform the registrar of companies within dash days of the decision in case of the board of directors decide to maintain books at the place other than the registered office। 7. The objective of dash is to prescribe principle for determination and presentation of earnings per share, which will improve comparison of performance among different enterprises for the same period and among different accounting periods for the same enterprises। AS 20. According to Section 10 of Indian Contract Act 1872, which was one of the following not regarded as the essential element of valid contract: consent by undue influence. With effect from dash the historic indirect tax reforms GST was introduced in India 1st July 2017. After adjusting the advance tax and tax deducted as source, the assessee would arrive at the amount of net tax payable or refundable. Such amount should be rounded off the nearest multiple of 10. प्रक्रिया लागत के तहत निम्न में से किसे सामान्य नुकसान माना जाता है? As per process costing, following are considered as a normal loss. नमी की मात्रा में परिवर्तन के कारण नुकसान. Right answer. For the assessment year 2020-21, the maximum loss from house property which can be set up against income from any other head is rupees 2 lakhs. Ricky Ponting, an Australian cricket player, visits India for 90 days in every financial year. This has been his practice for the past 11 financial years, including current previous year 2019-20. What will be the residential status for the assessment year 2020-21? Non-resident. Employee Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952 applies to every establishment which is a factory engaged in any industry specified in Schedule 1 and in which dash or more persons are employed. 20. According to Companies Act 2013, which of the following is not regarded as a feature of a company? Bounded succession. Which one of the following not regarded as external source of finance? Retained earning. In relation to accounting standard, which of the following statement is incorrect? Accounting standard does not deal with issue of disclosure requirement. Which of the following statement is incorrect? A company into which the vendor company is merged is called transferor company. A dash is not an actual contract but it resembles a contract. In other words, it is a contract in which there is no intention on part of either party to make a contract but law imposes upon the parties. Quasi contract. Dash is levied on the import of goods and or services. IGST. When a transaction of supply of goods services is made between two persons who are not related to each other and price is the sole consideration for the supply, then value of supply under section 15 subsection 1 is called transaction value. Which of the following is not a correct base adopted for apportionment of expenses over each department? Labor welfare expenses is apportioned on the basis of machine hours. Dash ratio is the indicator of firm's financial leverage, debt equity ratio. With respect of AS 13 relating to accounting for investment, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standards deals with investment of retirement benefit plans and life insurance enterprises. With respect to AS19 lease, which of the following statement is incorrect? These standards should be applied in accounting for all leases, including lease agreement to use lands. Where an assessee incurs any expenditure for acquisition of any asset or part thereof, in respect of which a payment or aggregate of payment made to a person in a day, otherwise then by an account payee check drawn on bank or account payee bank draft or use of electronic clearing system through a bank account or through such other prescribed electronic mode exceeds, that such expenditures will not form a part of actual cost of such assets. Proviso to section 43 subsection 1 for assessment year 2020-21, rupees 10,000. The reason The reasons for employee turnover in an organization can be classified under three heads: personal costs, unavoidable costs, and avoidable costs. Which of the following will be regarded as personal costs? Premature retirement due to ill health. While determining the material cost, dash is not deducted from the purchase price. It is treated as interest and finance charge. It is ignored. Cash discount. A company earned a profit of rupees 10,000 during the year if the marginal cost and selling price of the product are rupees 2 per unit and rupees 4 per unit respectively. Find out the amount of margin of safety. Rupees 20,000. The objective of this is to ensure that appropriate recognition criteria and measurement bases are applied to provisions and contingent liability, and that sufficient information is disclosed in the notes to the financial statement to enable users to understand their nature, timing, and amount. Years 29. When the day when the day on which a promissory note or bill of exchange each at maturity after including days of grace is a public holiday except emergency or unforeseen holiday, the instrument shall be deemed to be due on a preceding business day. Dash is also known as general ledger adjustment account, cost ledger control account. Focus on financial management is to address three major financial decisions areas. Which of the following is not the major financial decisions? Product mix decisions. With respect to AS5 net profit or loss for the period, prior period items and changes in accounting policies, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standards deal with tax implication of extraordinary items, prior period items, changes in accounting estimates, and changes in accounting policy for which appropriate adjustment will have to be made depending on the circumstances. With respect to AS16 borrowing cost, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standards deal with the actual or imputed cost of owner's equity, including preferential capital not classified as a liability. Which of the following is not regarded as an advantage of computerized accounting system? Cost of training. There are three types of single entry system. Which of the following is not a type of single entry system? Weighted single entry. For goods transport organization, which of the cost will be regarded as fixed or standing charges? Insurance of vehicle. In India, Dash took upon itself the leadership role by constituting the Accounting Standard Board in 1977, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. With respect to hire purchase and installment sale transaction, which of the following statement is Incorrect. Under hire purchase system, the ownership of goods will be transferred by the hire vendor after the payment of down payment, that is before first installment. Income arising from transfer of asset before 1461 which was not recoverable for a period exceeding dash is not includable in the total income of the transferor provided the transferor does not derive direct or indirect benefits from such income. 6 years. With respect to AS4 relating to contingency and events, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standard deals with contingency and events occurring before the balance sheet date. With respect to time value of money, which of the following statement is incorrect? That present value of interest rate or the future value interest rate is known as the discount rate. With higher discount rate will result the higher value of the amount in the future. With respect to receipt and payments account, which of the following statement is incorrect? It includes cash and back receipts and payments relating to current and future period only. Past period receipt and payment are not recorded. Under the head income from other sources, family pension received is exempt up to 33.33% of such income or rupees 15,000 whichever is lower. Dash deals with disclosure of accounting policies. AS1. With respect to AS12 accounting for government grants, which of the following statement is incorrect? The standards deals with the special problems arising in accounting for government grants in financial statement reflecting the effect of changing prices or in supplementary information of a similar nature. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to valuation of inventories? There is no requirement in accounting standard that the financial statement should disclose the cost formula used in measuring inventories. Find gross annual value of house property from the following information: municipal value rupees 1,10,000, fair rent rupees 1,20,000, standard rent rupees 1,50,000, actual rent receivable rupees 1,44,000. 1,44,000. According to the provisions of Section 194B, every person responsible for paying to any person, whether resident for non-resident, any income by way of winning from lottery or crossword puzzle or card game and other game of any sort is required to deduct income tax therefrom from at the rate of dash if the amount of payment exceed dash 30% and rupees 10,000. According to Section 22 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, a note or bill which is not expressed to be payable on demand at sight or on presentment is at maturity on the dash day after the day on which it is expressed to be payable. Third, which of the following is not regarded as a legal rule for a valid acceptance? Acceptance must be relative and qualified. The objective of dash is to be prescribed of the accounting treatment for intangible assets that are not dealt with specifically in another accounting standard. AS26 intangible asset. With respect of ESOP, which of the following statement is incorrect? A ESOP is an option given to creditors of a company to purchase or subscribe the security offered by the company at the future date at the predetermined price. The Companies Act 2013 contains 470 sections and 7 schedules. For which of the following specific act is applicable for preparation and presentation of financial statement? Insurance company. The compute service cost. It is necessary to understand the unit for which the cost is to be computed. Which of the following statement is incorrect? For a canteen service, unit of cost will be occupied room days. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Pre-incorporation profit is treated as a part of business acquisition cost. Goodwill. Under Section 208, obligation to pay advance tax arises in every case where the advance tax payable is rupees 10,000 or more. With respect to time value of money, which of the following statement is incorrect? The longer the funds are invested, the greater the advantages with simple interest. According to the Companies Act 2003, government companies means any company in which not less than dash of the paid up share capital is held by the central government or by any state governments or partly by the central government and partly by one or more state governments. 51%. In relation to the condition for the issue of equity shares with differential rights, the share with differential rights shall not exceed dash of the total post-issue paid up equity shares capital including equity shares with differential right issued at any point of time. 26%. Price earning per shares is calculated by which of the following formula? Market price divided by EPS. Gratuity shall be payable to an employee on the termination of his employment after he has rendered continuous service for not less than dash except where the termination of the employment of any employee is due to death, disablement. 5 years. Which of the following is not regarded as time adjusted or discounted cash flow technique of capital budgeting? Accounting rate of return. While the calculating equivalent computed production units, which of the following statement is incorrect? Abnormal gain is treated at 50% complete in respect of all cost elements. According to the Companies Act 2013, which of the following statement is incorrect with regards to OPC? Minors shall become members or nominee of the OPC or can hold shares with beneficial interest. According to Payment of Bonus Amendment Rules 2019, every employer shall or not before dash in each year upload an unified annual return in Form D on the web portal of the central government in the Ministry of Labour and Employment, giving information as to the particulars specified in respect of the preceding year. First day of February. With respect to marginal costing, which of the following statement is incorrect? Profit volume ratio equal to change in sales divided by change in profit into 100. लेखांकन सॉफ्टवेयर की सोर्सिंग से पहले निम्नलिखित में से किसे सामान्य विचार नहीं माना जाता है? प्रतिस्पर्धियों का व्यापार. Following information has been provided by a contractor for the year ending 31st March 2020. Total expenditure till 31st March 2020 is rupees 5,000. Work certified till 31st March 2020 is rupees 7,500. Estimated further expenditure to complete the contract will be rupees 3,000. Contract price is rupees 11,000. Find out the estimated profit of the contract. Rupees 3,000. Rupees 3,000. Financial statement of the company should be prepared as per Schedule 3 and as per dash, and they should give true and fair view. Schedule 3. Which of the following will be shown under the head other current liabilities in balance sheet as per form set out in Part 1 of Companies Act 2013? Application money received for allotment of securities and due to refund and interest accrued thereon. With respect to working capital operating cycle, which of the following statement is incorrect? The duration of working capital cycle may not vary depending on the nature of the business, but it will always remain same for all types of businesses. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to income under the head of salaries? City compensatory allowance received is exempted up to rupees 800 per month. According to Section 63 of Companies Act 2030, which of the following cannot be used for issue of bonuses, evaluation reserve? Shortage in material can be due to normal reasons or due to abnormal reasons. Which of the following will be regarded as shortage due to abnormal or losses due to pilferage? Idle time can be normal or abnormal. Which of the following will be regarded as abnormal idle time? The time lost due to breakdown of machines. With respect to standard quota, which of the following statement is incorrect? Labor rate variance equal to labor mix variance plus labor yield variance. Which of the following is regarded as cash flow from financing activity? Redemption of shares. Modi Gilani Miller approach is based on some assumption. Which of the following is not an assumption of approach? Information is not freely available and there are transactions cost. Which of the following statement is correct? Part 1 of the first schedule of the Finance Act specifies the rates of tax applicable for the current assessment year. For assessment year 2020-21, a security other than unit listed in recognized stock exchange or a unit of equity oriented fund or a unit of the unit trust of India or a zero coupon bond will, however, be considered as a long term capital asset if the same is held for more than dash immediately preceding the date of transfer. 12 months. 12 months. Prime or the most important objective of financial management is wealth maximization. Underwriting commission for issue of shares shall not exceed 5% of the price at which the shares are issued. Contribution to pension scheme notified by the central government under section 80 CCD subsection 1 provides a deduction for the amount paid or deposited by employee in his pension account subject to a maximum of 10% of his salary. Income Tax Act 1961 came into force on 1st April 1962. Dash is the statement of an estimated performance to be achieved in given time expressed in currency value or quantity or both. Both. Budget. Dash are denominated in GB, Great Britain pound, and issued in London. Issue proceed can be used to fund UK operation called Bulldog Bond. The value of firm on the basis of net income approach can be ascertained as B equal to S plus D. In the above formula, S indicates market value of equity. No prospectus shall be valid if it is issued more than dash days after the date on which a copy thereof is delivered to the registrar under section 26 subsection 4 of the Companies Act 2013. That is 90. वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें. थैंक यू.